Hello guys. Welcome again. Hello guys, welcome again to the Tcash so-called online merchant training program. Today we are going to talk about the cash sales and the digital sales, about the credits, about the fees they charge, and how to settle them manually and automatically. So let's start with the cash sale. A cash sale is where the customer transacts by way of cash payment. So for a cash payment, let's say someone has ordered or has bought or has paid for a service worth, let's say, 1 shilling. You go to the business profile, since you're the merchant. So you go to the business profile, and then you go to sell. All right. If you have a catalog, then you select the catalog, where you select goods from your list and check out. If not, you can use the express or you can use the voice. So let's say you are paying by express. If there is no catalog, assuming there is no catalog, so you select a service, you select a good, an item here. For example, it is a chair worth 1 shilling. Then you go to next. From there, we have 3 options: Tcash Soko payment, external wallets, where we have the M-Pesa and everything. Those are digital payments. And then we have the cash payments. So in this case, you're using the cash payment. So we select the cash payment. Then you press get paid. So after pressing the get paid, you can confirm. So after confirming, that is what happens. That is what is normally displayed on a screen. You see that message display there, that purchase completed, the time that it has been completed. Then there is this note here that service fees for cash payments will be deducted from your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. If you want to view the receipt, there is that option there where you can view the receipt. Then, so it shows you that previous cash balance is 48. Fee for this transaction is 1 shilling. Remaining cash fees balance is 47 shilling. Cash sales before settlement is 9,700. What does this mean? Okay, this will mean that for the previous cash fee balance, it means that I had been allocated the 50 shillings, the settlement threshold of 50 shillings for every 5,000 cash sales that you make. So when that one is deducted, then you remain in the 48, right? And that's why we have the remaining cash fee balance as 47. Fee for this transaction is 1 shilling. Fee for any transaction that is below 200 shillings is 1 shilling, is 1%. 1% of the amount. So if it is 100, it is 1 shilling. If it is 50 shillings, it is 1 shilling. If it is 20 shillings, that's why the fee for this transaction is 1. So -1 from the 48 that was remaining, because I had already transacted 200. So the 200 deducted 2 shillings as fee for this transaction. And then we have this one now, where the fee for this transaction is 1 shilling. That's why it is 47. The cash sales before settlement is 9,700. All right. So then we go to view receipt. If you want to view receipt, you click there. So when you view receipt, it is a digital receipt. It will show you the date, the time of transaction, the mode of payment, which in this case, if you look on the right side of the screen, it is cash payment in store. The item is a chair. Subtotal is 1. Service fee is -1. So you've received 0 shillings. Why? Because I transacted 1 shilling. I assume that my share is 1 shilling, and the service fee is 1 shilling, so it is 1 negative 1. If it could be, for example, 2,000 shillings, it could be 1% of 2,000, which is 20 shillings. So I could have received 1,980. That is what it means. So that is how we view the receipt is auto-generated. So then we go to the transaction history, whereby I'll go to my wallet. If you want to see the transaction history, then you go to your wallet, which is there. So from my wallet, you can see I have the transaction history. Today at 9:33 a.m., I made a cash sale of 1 shilling. 13th February 2026 at 11:55 a.m., I made a digital sale of 1 shilling. That is paying for M-Pesa. Then on 13th of February 2026 at 11:51 a.m., I made a cash sale of 1 shilling. So the transaction history is there, all right? The T-cash balance is also displayed there. Now, if you want to see the fees, no, before that, let us go to the digital payments. If someone is paying through the digital way, so let's assume the same 1 shilling, someone is buying a product worth, now let me put 10 shilling so that you can see how the deduction is done. Let's say someone is paying, so you're selling something. If you have the catalog, obviously you select there, but let's use Express, a chair worth 10 shillings. Then you go to next. From there, you go to, if it is a digital sale, let's say someone is paying by M-Pesa, you go to external wallets, option 2. Then you get paid. When you get paid, you go to pay with M-Pesa, USSD. When you select that, it will show you the procedure, the process of paying. So you as the merchant, your phone will remain on this screen. The timer will be counting. You can continue serving other clients if maybe it is a busy store, as the customer proceeds with dialing *334 on the phone. Then option 6, Lipa na M-Pesa. Then you select option 4, which is T-Cash. Then the customer will select option 1. It's just a procedure. For those who have used *334, you know this procedure. Then the pay bill, you put 817,817. Then the account number, the customer is supposed to put your number, your registered number, your M-Pesa number that is going to receive that money. So for this case, it is 0720-085-310. Then the customer will enter the amount indicated there. The amount is supposed to be exactly the same as the amount indicated here. If it is less or higher than the one indicated, it is not going to appear. So they make sure that the amount is the same as indicated there. So for this instance, the customer will enter 10 as the amount. Then the PIN. So the customer puts the PIN, the same procedure, will receive a message from M-Pesa and Safaricom, and you as the merchant, it will be payment complete. Then, if you go back to the history now, go to wallet, then it will appear something like this, the one in purple. It will show you +10, right? So the same +10 will deduct a service fee of 1 shilling because it is less than 200 shillings, right? Okay. So that is a digital sale. That is how we make a cash sale and a digital sale. And if you want to look at the history, you go to wallet, you check the history, it shows you everything. You have so many modes of payment. If you want to pay via T-Cash Soko, that it will show you there. So you see, from here, if you slide the screen to the right, it shows you how many transactions you made using the Tcash Soko, the sales breakdown, the Tcash Soko payment method. So like in this instance, it is 2 transactions of 500 shillings. The M-Pesa transactions, it is 5 transactions of 204 shillings. The cash sale, sorry, it is 5 transactions of 204 shillings. The external wallets, that is the M-Pesa, it is 2 transactions of 51. So it has the history here. If you slide to the right. All right. Then you have the sales insights, where you can explore comprehensive reports, like for example, the sales overview shows the revenue, transactions, and bids. So if you click there, it shows you peak sales Wednesday, 6 a.m. to 8, busiest period. It shows you all that, how many transactions you've made. That is week 9. If you go to last week, that is week 8. Ever since I started using these, it shows actually, you can see from here, week 7, week 5, it shows everything, the sales overview. If you want to see the online orders, you just click there, it will show you the online orders. If you want to see the online bookings, customer insights, payment channels, it shows all these. It is well indicated there. Growth trends, inventory, and services. If you want to see the top selling goods and categories, as long as you've updated your profile very well, if you've updated your inventory, it will show you everything. Then we have the benchmarking, the performance versus similar merchants. Also that one, it shows there the number of transactions, number of customers, category ranking, the percentile. So all those are here in the wallet. Now, this sign on the upper part of the screen, if you click there, if you want to see the platform fees, service fee balance, that is where you click. So you can see settle before you reach 50 shillings. If you make sales, cash sales, there is a service fee that is normally charged. That is 1% per every transaction. So when it reaches 50 shillings, then it is either automatically deducted when you do an online sale and a digital sale, or you can opt to settle manually. So if you want to settle manually, like for this instance, for example, it was 47 shillings. You just come here where it is amount, then write 50, then you click top up. Okay. So when you click top up, it will tell you you're about to pay 50 shillings to top up your cash fee balance. So and then you proceed by clicking top up. So after clicking top up, that 50 shilling will be deducted from your Tcash balance. Right? So that 50 shilling will be deducted from your Tcash balance. So like in this instance, it will be deducted and I'll be remaining with 6 shillings. Right? Okay. So when you start using this platform, you're normally given a settlement threshold of 50 shillings. So you're given 5,000 cash sale transactions. Cash sales transactions totaling to 5,000 shillings. That one you're given free first instance. Then after that is when you now start paying the 50 shillings. Right? So let's say, let me switch the business, the profile. To a service so that you can see, because that one is let's select this barbers since it is empty, no transactions have been made on this account here. So this is a service, the barber. This is a shop, a barber shop. So these are services offered. The other one was goods, the items are being sold there. So let's say in this service shop, you want to, someone wants to pay for a service, let's say here, what? 2 shillings. Then you go to next. Then you go to cash payment, as you had explained, then get paid. If you'd like to proceed with the cash checkout, you confirm. After confirming, here's what happens. So previous cash fee balance is 50, what you're talking about. All right. Fee for this transaction is 1 shilling. So the remaining cash fee balance is 49. That is free. You're given free for the first 5,000 shillings. Then the 50 for another 5,000 shillings. So totaling to 10,000 shillings, whereby the first 5,000, it is free. You will not be required to make a payment of 50. But for the next 5,000 of cash payment, that one will be required to settle a platform fee of 50 shillings. So that means it will run, this 49 shillings will run until 0. Then from there, it will be negative now. Your account will be negative. Like it is, you've reached up to 5,000. Then you sell something worth 1,000. So that is 6,000, right? So the first 5,000 was free. The second 1,000 will be 1% of 1,000, which is 10 shillings. So it will be negative 40. That means the platform, you owe the platform 10 shillings in settlement as fees for using the platform. So it will go like that until you finish the 5,000 remaining cash sales. Then it will be negative 50, where you cannot proceed using the platform with cash sales until you settle that 50 shillings. Right? So that is about the settlement threshold. Yeah. If you want to view the receipt, obviously you view there. So that is all about the cash sales and the digital sales. So for the digital sales for a service, it is still the same thing, whereby you as the merchant, you go to your business profile, then you select sell. If you have a catalog, then you select a catalog. Then you can see there are some catalogs already in the app, whereby you can just edit them to fit what you want. Like beard dye, the beard dye here, it is 499 shillings. It takes 60 minutes. So in case you want to edit, you simply go there. You edit the price, edit the time, and everything. So we have all there. We have beard categories, beard, we have coloring, we have hair. So if you want to do all that, you can do it here, right? You just come here, you edit, right? So if it was a catalog, for example, you want to add, you just add, then it will show beard trim, 199 shillings in the cart. But in this case, we are not using the catalog because we've not updated our catalog, so we are going to Express. If you've not updated the catalog, you can always use the Express way of payment. So let's say Express, then you come to beard, then you say 5 shillings, right? So for the digital sale, you go to external wallets, then you get paid. From there, you use pay with M-Pesa USSD. So you go there, then the same procedure repeats. The customer then on his or her phone dials *334#, then option 6, then option 4, then option 1, pay bill 817817, then the merchant's phone number. You give the customer your merchant's phone number. Then the amount should be the same as That one is, I really insist that the amount should be the same as indicated on the merchant's page. Here, the customer is supposed to pay 5 shillings. So let's say the customer decides to pay 10 shillings, then it will not reflect. All right? Or the customer decides to pay 3 shillings, which is lesser, then it will not reflect. So it is supposed to be the same amount as indicated here. Then the merchant will automatically enter his or her PIN. Then it will be payment complete. The customer will receive a message, and the merchant, it will be payment complete, and then you view the receipt. It is a digital receipt. So that is what happens when it comes to cash and digital payments and sales. All right. So just go through again. For those who are not maybe have missed somewhere. If you want to record a cash sale, you go to sell. Then you have the catalog, the express, and the voice assistant. The catalog is where you have you can select goods or services from a list and then you check out. The expressway is where maybe you don't have that catalog, or maybe you're in a hurry. So you just want to go and select the items or the services from the ones indicated there. Then you proceed. All right. Then you have the voice assistant where you can use your voice to make a sale. Like for example, you say hair using your voice. Then from the catalog, automatically it will update hair, 200 shillings, 300 shillings, 1,000. Then you proceed as a way of payment. That is about the cash sales and the digital sales. If you want to see the history, if you want to view the history, the transaction history, you come here, assuming it is home, then you go to wallet. When you select wallet, that will appear and you'll see all the transaction histories. View all. You see all the transaction histories for the day. So like in this instance, we have the cash payment today at 9:46 a.m. of 2 shillings. The T-Cash Soko payment, it is not there because I've not done any for today. External wallets, the same because I've not done any for today. The cash is there, the 2 shillings. If I could have maybe done a T-Cash Soko payment or an external wallet payment, then they could all appear here when I click all. Right? Then you can also select the range at which you want, either daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Then you click apply. Like for example, if it is daily, I select that and then I'll apply. So it will apply here. If you want monthly, if you want weekly, all those things, they are here on this wallet. If you want to view or to settle the platform fees, then on the upper part, on the right front upper part, yeah, you have this sign here where you click, then you get cash payments. This one only applies for cash payments. Digital payments, it is automatically deducted. That's why. But for the cash payments, because the merchant is receiving the money, that is why, then it has to be settled automatically by the platform, or you have to settle it yourself manually. But for the digital payments, it is automatically deducted. For example, you make a sale of 200 shillings, someone pays via M-Pesa, it is automatically deducted. So the merchant will receive 198 shillings, 2 shillings will go to the platform, right? But for the cash payment, it will be -2. So when it reaches 50, as I had explained, that is when it is settled, right? Yeah. So you can either opt to settle it manually or automatically. Then we have the threshold, as I had explained, whereby if you are new to the platform, the first cash sales amounting to 5,000 shillings is free. Then from the next cash sales amounting to 5,000, you have to pay 50 shillings per 50,000, per 5,000 cash sales, right? Sales amounting to 5,000, it is 50 shillings. So after exhausting the 5,000, then the fees that you have to settle, that the platform service fees balance for cash sales will now start running negative. If you make sales, maybe cash sale what 5,000 at once, that is negative 50. It will be negative 50. So you have to pay that 50 shillings before you proceed with any further cash sales. But for the digital sales, you can always proceed with them. The T-Cash Soko way of payment, that one is so let's say sell, then express, then 2 shillings, next. So if you want to use the T-Cash Soko mode of payment, this one is absolutely free. It is a matter of a QR code where you select it, then get paid. If you look at get paid on your phone, the merchant's phone, the QR code will appear. On the customer's phone, this is what will appear. Let me take you back. Assuming this is the merchant's phone, so you are here, the total amount is 512 that has to be paid. So on the merchant's phone, that applies only if the merchant has this app. So the merchant will go to personal profile. Then on the personal profile, he or she will just come to scan down there where it is scanned, you scan. When scanning, it will bring that scan QR code. So when you scan the QR code of the merchant on the merchant's phone, then automatically it will show you're supposed to pay 512. You confirm, you put the PIN, and the payment is complete. That one is absolutely free. So the merchant and the customer, both of them have this T-Cash Soko app. The transactions are free. For the digital sales and the cash sales, to use the platform, you have to pay 1% per sale. 1% of the amount per sale. So that is all about the cash sales, how to open the transaction history, how to make a cash sale and a digital sale, the platform service fees, the credits, and the settlement thresholds, where, as I've said and as I've explained, you can settle them either automatically or manually before proceeding. So thank you very much. That is all about it, and see you in the next session.